Hello, you're with Libby from libbystamps.com. I'm going to show you today a watercolor wash technique using the delicate details from the celebration brochure. Now this set retires on the 31st of March and won't be available. You can get it free with an Australian $90 order before shipping. Beautiful, beautiful set, and if you look back through my blog, I've used it quite a number of times. Now this card, I've also used the happy birthday wishes out of Avant Garden, which is another celebration brochure stamp set, another great set to have. And what I've done is I've embossed, I've loaded the delicate detail stamps up onto a block and then stamped in Versamark. So what I've done is I've taken my block like this and I've used 4 of the stamps. So I just load them onto my block like this. Sorry, wrong way. I'll show you something in a minute that I did before, which was a mistake. So I loaded it up like this, and you can do a couple of things with this. I might just put this one on for the sake of putting something different on, and then the last one. So you can use 4 out of the 5 of them will fit onto your block. So just like that. And oops, it's not very straight. We'll straighten this one up. Alright, so you just load them up onto your block like that, and you stamp with Versamark ink onto your watercolor paper, and then you sprinkle white emboss powder on it and heat set it. So it is on watercolor paper, and this is the effect we're going to get. So I've also used, as I said, the Avant Garden here and the layering ovals for the sentiment. Now this one's done in Daffodil Delight, Emerald Envy and Island Indigo. This one here, which is a mistake, we all make them. I loaded the stamp up on to the block the wrong way. I loaded it with the back of the stamp facing up, so I didn't get the image. But this one I did in Peekaboo Peach, Calypso Coral and Early Espresso. Quite a nice colour combination. So I'll put all the instructions up on my blog as usual, and the sizes for the cardstock. Alright, I've already stamped and embossed on this one, and I've done it at an angle. You could do it straight and use that much going across your watercolor card. That would work as well. I prefer to do it on the angle just because it looks a little bit different. Now I've chosen to use retiring in colours. They retire at the end of May, the 2015-2017 in colours. So we're going to use Watermelon Wonder, Cucumber Crush and Delightful Dijon. Now I'm not sure how these will turn out, but we'll give it a go and see. So I'm just going to bring in one of my blocks, and I'm just going to put a drop of Reinkers from each colour. So that one's Delightful Dijon, Cucumber Crush and Watermelon Wonder. Now I've seen another demonstrator use the lid from the embellishments that we received from Stampin' Up, and she actually puts the names of the colours on the lid, underneath the lid, and then drops the colours on top. But we're just using an acrylic block today. So the first thing you need to do is give it a good spritz with your Stampin' Up spritzer. So make sure it's facing the right way, not in your face. So we need it nice and wet for this to work. And then you're going to bring in your aqua painter. Make sure it's got plenty of water in the top, and just go over that again to make sure it's nice and wet. So I think I'll start with Delightful Dijon because it's the palest colour. And I'm just going to swipe that across the top like that. Doesn't matter that it runs. That's the whole idea. And you can have dark and light bits. Doesn't really matter. Right, clean my brush off. Make sure it's nice and clean. And then I'm going to come in with Cucumber Crush across the middle. You can come back and do some more watercolouring on it so long as it's still wet. Alright, and the last colour is Watermelon Wonder, which is a very vibrant colour. Love it. So, I think I might just come back in with a bit more Delightful Dijon up here. And I'm pretty happy with the rest. So that's the watercolour wash technique. Have a look on my blog for the finished card. You need to let it dry, or if you're impatient like me, you can use your heat tool to dry it. Here's the card I made earlier and my mistake. So there we've got 3 different colours for you to look at, and I will put some other colour combinations that might work well on my blog. Now, don't forget, Celebration finishes on the 31st of March. I need some orders in which to make my goal for the end of Celebration, and I'd really appreciate any online orders from Australian customers. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my blog. Thanks for stopping by. Bye for now.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it about a place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside.